Coming up, I'm going to be talking about Star Originals and much more being removed from around the world. We're also going to be talking about Bleach and Hocus Pocus. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at disneyplus.com. It's Tuesday, it's time to jump into some of today's big Disney Plus news. Let's start off with some good news for Hocus Pocus fans, because Disney has just announced that it's the #1 film premiere in the US for the first 3 days. Interesting they say it's just for the US, because earlier this year they said pretty much the same thing about Turning Red, but they said that was global. So maybe more people watched it in the US, but kind of globally it wasn't the biggest one. So that's kind of interesting to see how they kind of twisted it. Doesn't surprise me, because maybe internationally Hocus Pocus isn't maybe as well known as they think it is, and also just Turning Red was a really good movie. But yeah, great news for Hocus Pocus, biggest premiere on Disney Plus in the US. Can't go too wrong with that one. Also, it has been revealed that Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, is going to be coming soon to Hulu in the United States and to Disney Plus internationally. So it's going to be launching on October the 10th, 2022. And in select markets, including the US, it will be simulcast around the world. Availability will vary by the country. We know it's been confirmed for Canada. We've also had it confirmed that the previous seasons of Bleach will also be coming to Disney Plus in Canada. Yeah, so this is obviously huge news. This one has been rumoured around for a while, but it's nice to finally have it confirmed. Viz Media put out a social media post confirming it. Shame it's not going to Disney Plus in the United States. There's still this whole thing going on with Hulu now, where they're still having to support it and still kind of having to focus on that one there. But yeah, so going to be interesting to see where this one drops internationally. As I said, things might vary. Not every country is going to get it. I'll be honest, I've never watched it, but the amount of interest in this show definitely shows there's a lot of people that are going to be watching it. So if you're going to be watching Bleach, let me know in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's talk about some new releases. With it being Tuesday, some new stuff was added onto Disney Plus around the world, and these ones are also available on Hulu in the United States. We got a new episode of Reasonable Doubt, a new episode of Reboot, and also a new episode of The Patient. So those are available on Disney Plus in Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. No word yet on when they're going to be coming to Europe. Don't know why they've all been delayed, but nevertheless, that's going to be pretty interesting. I did actually watch both episodes of Reasonable Doubt this morning. Very good drama series. Definitely recommend that one. Moving on from there, let's now talk about a major problem for Disney Plus around the world, because we have been seeing loads of titles removed, and this is very strange, because in the US, we tend to see titles removed every month, generally because of contracts that were made before Disney purchased 20th Century Fox. You get the odd title or two that gets moved, and then they'll come back because they've gone off to different services. Well, internationally, we have been seeing dozens of titles removed, and there doesn't seem to be really much logic in it. We've been seeing National Geographic stuff being removed. We've seen 20th Century movies. We've seen some of the licensed, international content. But also a load of Star Originals have been removed. Now, I have reached out to Disney before the weekend and kind of see what's going on. They said they were investigating, they'll get back to me. Because, I'll be honest, at first, I think this is probably more likely going to be a glitch where a lot of titles have been removed. Maybe because the expiry date was put in wrong. We've seen this happen before with Disney Plus in the past. Because there just doesn't seem to be any reason for some of these to be removed. However, there's a couple of things in here that I wanted to bring up. First off, Titanic has been one of the titles removed. Now, I could say that that was a glitch, because internationally, Disney actually has the distribution rights. It's just in the US that Paramount does. Though I'm wondering, is this something that they're doing similar to Avatar, because they're going to be re-releasing a 4K version of it? Maybe that's to do with it. Also, very worryingly, a number of Star Originals have been removed, including Rebel. You've also seen Big Leap. A whole host of them have been removed, but they've been global removals. Now, I don't know if that is because they don't want them on there anymore. Maybe they don't want to be paying out residuals. This is what's been going on, for example, with HBO Max. They're taking off shows that have all been cancelled, and these are all the ones that have been kind of dropped. Now, these could all end up coming back in, and it's just a glitch, and this is just a one-off, but we've seen dozens of titles removed here in the UK, and we've also seen titles removed in the Netherlands, Australia, and Canada. So it's a very weird thing to be going on. We're seeing massive removals. Don't know what's going on here, whether or not it's just some contracts, whether or not it's I know in some of the National Geographic stuff, sometimes some of the older ones, they've only licensed for a little bit, but it's very strange. There's not one particular thing you could say, well, that's because of this or that's because of that. I do wonder if the Star originals that have been removed are because they're all cancelled shows and they don't want them on there, or they don't want to be paying any more money for it. Very strange, just very, very strange of how all of this is coming about. But yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully these come back. But we've been seeing constant removals every day for nearly a week now. So something's going on. But it's the fact of, you know, generally this is a very weird way of looking at it. But who knows what's going on? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.